and a third, so just a little bit above the axis. Then at -2, I have 2 and 1/9. It's getting very close. And then for 2 and 1/27, that's going to be so close to the axes. It might actually be hard, or so close to the asymptote that it might be hard to tell where the graph is and where your asymptote is. So notice as you're hand graphing these, it's going to get very, very close there. Might get a little hard to tell. But this fits in with what our exponential functions look like back when we were studying function families. There we go. Just goes together nicely. Okay. And I also just realized that on my first graph I never actually connected that, which we can do. We'll go over here, make our curve. All right. And just remember, as you're graphing, never touches the asymptote. So try to keep it up and away there. Eventually it starts to look like it just goes straight vertical. So eventually the thickness of your pencil will make it so that, yeah, it does kind of touch there, but we'll just pretend that it didn't happen. Okay. So now let me have everybody try out a new problem for me. Go, flip this over. The joys of using marker, you get a little bit of a bleed through. Alright. Let me have everybody try and graph for me. Let's see, f of x equals, and in this case let's make it 2 to the x plus 3. Alright. I want you to try to graph that. The way I want you to start is to just make your set of values. So I'd say start out at f of 3, go all the way to f of -3. Make your set of values there, so everything in between, f of 2, f of 1, etc. And then give yourself a table of values. And then after you've given yourself that, we'll have it put on one of our graphs here. You're going to have your x-axis, again, down here at the very bottom. Your y-axis, go up through the middle. Okay. And then somewhere in there, you're going to have to graph an asymptote. Alright. I do highly recommend using pencil. Might be a couple of mistakes as you're starting out here, but let's take a couple of minutes. Let's try that out. I'm going to have the video pause for a bit. Alright, I assume that happened. Welcome back. Alright, hopefully everybody gave that their best effort. Alright. Now, first we're going to start off by finding f of 2, f of 1, f of 0, f of -1, and f of -2. Alright, along with f of -3. Didn't give myself the exact spacing there, but made sure I had enough. Alright, so that's going to be 2 to the 3 plus 3. Let's see, that's going to be 8 plus 3. That gives me 11. Then 2 squared plus 3, which gives me 7. 2 to the 1 plus 3, which is 5. 2 to the 1 plus 3, or 2 to the 0 plus 3. That'll give me 4. 2 to the -1 plus 3, which will give me 3 and 1/2. 2 to the -2 plus 3, which is equal to 3 and 1/4. Sorry, I just realized I don't have all my equal signs in there. Okay, so equals. There we are. And then for our last case here, 2 to the negative 3 plus 3, which is going to give me 3 and 1/8. Okay. So at this point, we can look and say, all right, looks like we are getting closer to 3 as we go down the line, but it looks like it's never actually going to cross 3. As we keep going, we're just going to add these smaller and smaller fractions onto 3 until it just kind of gets that close that we just really can't tell that there's any difference. Alright, so now I'll make our table of values. Let's see.